Okay, writers. Remember this week we've been reading our book, Henry and Mudge and the Happy Cat?
Yeah.
And we've been learning about how Cynthia Ryland, the author, she doesn't just tell us things, she shows us by using lots of tiny details. Like on this page, where we learnt about the shabby cat. She didn't just tell us the cat was shabby, she showed us by saying lots of details to describe the cat, like it had a saggy belly, skinny legs, and fur that looked like mashed prunes. Wow, when I close my eyes, I can really imagine that shabby cat. And on this page, she didn't just tell us Mudge liked the cat, she showed us by saying this. Mudge was licking some milk from the visitor's chin. Can you imagine letting anyone lick milk off your chin if you didn't really like them?
No.
So I can really imagine that because of those tiny details. So writers, today I want to teach you that to make your writing more interesting for your readers, writers use lots of tiny details to show and not just tell, right? Just like our author Cynthia Ryland. Okay, writers, all of you are in the middle of a book series. My book series is called Emily and Lucy's Adventures, and my new book is called Emily and Lucy's New Present. So I want you to turn, and are you ready for me to listen to my story?
Yeah.
Okay. Emily and Lucy went to bed on Christmas Eve, very excited. They were so excited because tomorrow was Christmas Day. The next morning, Emily and Lucy woke up early and raced downstairs to see what Santa had bought them. They each had a new fancy bike. So, writers, I'm thinking you're wondering, well, what does fancy look like? I'm thinking I need to add some details to describe these fancy new bikes that Emily and Lucy got. So I'm going to use my pictures, okay? I'm going to, if you can just look over here, boys and girls, I'm going to make a movie in my mind about what those fancy new bikes look like. And then I'm going to think about all the tiny details about what those bikes look like, and I'm going to write those details down. So, writers, watch as I do this. I'm going to use my picture that I have here. I have a sparkly set. Okay, writers, did you see how I did that? I'm going to read it to you, and you're going to notice that I wrote detail by detail what my sketch showed me, so that you can see in the writing all those tiny details of what the fancy bikes look like. So, my first sentence is this. The new bikes had a sparkly star seat, and you can see that in my sketch. A bright yellow light, shiny white wheels, and a cute unicorn bell. Okay, writers, I continued my story. Listen to this. Later that day, Emily and Lucy took their bikes for a ride. All of a sudden, they came to a puddle. Whoosh! Emily and Lucy's bikes got dirty. Now it's your turn. Writers, this is what I'm wanting you to do. I've drawn my next sketch on my page, and you can see how their bike is really dirty. I've got my first sentence. My bike is ruined, said Emily as she started to cry. Writers, this is what I want you to do with the person next to you, with your writing partner. I want you to have a look back at this anchor chart, please. I want you to make a movie in your mind. What is that dirty bike looking like when you look at my sketch? I want you to think about 2 details to share with your writing partner. And then I want you to say those details. And then your partner's going to share their 2 details. So, before you share, turn and look at the picture that I've made. Think of the 2 details to describe the dirty bike. And then when you're ready, turn and share with your writing partner. Okay, writers, bringing you back. As I walked around there, I heard so many details to describe the dirty bike. I heard things like mud was dripping off the sparkly star seat. You couldn't even see the wheels, they were so muddy. So now I have your tiny details. I'm going to add those to my story. I'm going to write. There was
mud
dripping
from
the seat.
And you couldn't even see the floor. See the wheels.
See
The wheels.
the wheels.
At all.
Okay. So writers, you can see today we've learned that to make your reader more interested in your writing, you add lots of tiny details. So when you go out today, you're going to think about adding details to your stories to bring them more to life. You're going to make a movie in your mind about what you're going to write about. Think about all those tiny details and then write them down. Okay, writers, you're going to go to your desk, you're going to get your writing folders out, you're going to be either continuing with your sketching from yesterday, or if you're ready, you might like to add all those details in your writing today. Okay, writers, stand up and go to your desk now.